Hi, welcome to Dig Into China. I'm Dong Shang. Today, I'd like to discuss two trending news stories from China. The first involves a major traffic accident caused by a collapse of the Meilong Expressway in Guangzhou, Guangdong province. The second story revolves around a Chinese game streamer Fat Cat's tragic end due to unrequited love. How are these two news events related, and what do they reveal about contemporary China? The collapse of the Meilong Expressway occurred at 2 a.m. on May 1st. Nearly 7 hours later at 8:50 a.m., the Chinese Communist Party released its first official statement regarding the incident. According to the announcement, 18 vehicles were trapped, but all 31 injured individuals were successfully rescued and taken to hospitals with no reported fatalities. To emphasize, the initial official report issued approximately 7 hours after the event indicated that while 18 vehicles were trapped, all 31 injured victims were safely rescued and transported for medical treatment, and there were no casualties. At 11:45 a.m. on May 1st, nearly 10 hours since it occurred, the Chinese Communist Party issued another statement. While the number of trapped vehicles remained unchanged at 18, the casualty account was revised to 48 individuals. Among them, 18 had tragically lost their lives, while the remaining 30 injured individuals were undergoing intensive medical treatment, with none in critical condition. This update contrasts with the previous report, which stated that all 31 injured individuals had been hospitalized without any fatalities. Now, with this announcement, 10 hours after the incident, all 30 injured persons were received medical attention, but unfortunately, 18 lives were lost. At 3 p.m. on May 1st, 13 hours after the incident occurred and 3 hours after the last update, the Chinese Communist Party issued another revised statement. This time, the number of trapped vehicles increased to 20, up by 2 from the previous count. The casualty count rose to 54 individuals with 24 fatalities, and the 30 remaining injured individuals were still receiving medical treatment in hospitals with no current life-threatening conditions reported. At this juncture, with the death toll from the Meilong Expressway collapse still below 30, the incident retained its status as a major event in China. The responsibility for managing the situation fell within the purview of the provincial government, specifically under the jurisdiction of Guangdong province. The individual tasked with overseeing the response was the secretary of the Provincial Party Committee of Guangdong province. However, the tenure of the Provincial Party Committee Secretary was short-lived. By 5:30 a.m. on May 2nd, just 1 day and 3.5 hours after the incident, official reports confirmed a further escalation. Now it was disclosed that 23 vehicles had plunged, marking an increase of 3 from the previous account. The casualty toll surged to 66 individuals, including 36 fatalities. Among the 30 injured, none were in critical condition. At this juncture, as the death toll from the Meilong Expressway collapse exceeded 30, the incident transcended the provincial jurisdiction and required reporting to the central government. It was elevated to a super major traffic accident, prompting the central authorities to assume control. Consequently, at 12:18 p.m. on May 2nd, Xi Jinping issued vital directives regarding the catastrophe on the Meilong Expressway in Meizhou, Guangdong. However, the specifics of his directives are typically bureaucratic and meaningless. Subsequently, Zhang Guoqing, a member of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee and the Vice Premier of the State Council, was appointed as the primary figure responsible for managing the accident. With the involvement of a political bureau member, the highest decision-making body, it underscored the gravity of the situation. By 3:30 p.m. on May 2nd, just 3.5 hours after Xi Jinping's directives, all official updates ceased. This marked 1 day and 13 hours since the incident occurred, still within the first 2 days and less than 48 hours since the event. At this point, Meizhou municipal authorities convened a press conference. They reported that as of 2 p.m. on May 2nd, which was 1.5 days after the incident, it was confirmed that a total of 23 vehicles had plunged. The casualty count stood at 78 individuals, with the DNA of 3 individuals requiring further examination for identification. Among the 38 casualties, 48 were fatalities, while the remaining 30 were injured, none of whom were in critical condition. Up to this point, all official information regarding the major accident on the Meilong Expressway has ceased, with no further updates appearing in Chinese discourse to this day. Why did this occur? Both online and offline news resources, whether official or unofficial, including central and local authorities, as well as social media platforms and messaging apps, have received directives from relevant regulatory bodies. These directives strictly prohibit the dissemination and the reporting of any information related to the Meilong Expressway accident. If such information is detected, it is promptly blocked and prohibited from further dissemination. Consequently, while peripheral aspects surrounding the incident may still be discussed, any direct coverage or discussion of the accident itself has been completely suppressed. At 5 a.m. on May 3rd, Zhang Guoqing, appointed as the primary emergency response coordinator, arrived in Meizhou, Guangzhou, to oversee the management of the incident. It's noteworthy that 36 hours had elapsed since the event, yet to this day, no official or private entity in mainland China has reported on the accident. There has been no disclosure of the final death toll, given that 3 DNA identifications are pending. Critical details, including the total fatalities, injuries, and the plans for resolving trapped vehicles, remain undisclosed. Notably, no media outlets had shared any images or videos from the scene, nor have updates on rescue efforts been provided. All vehicles involved in the accident have been buried nearby, as reported officially. Additionally, families of those affected by the accident have been managed effectively, as per official statements. It's stressed that no platform, whether online or offline, is authorized to disseminate any information related to the incident. Any information obtained by departments nationwide must be promptly reported to the central leadership's emergency response team and strictly kept confidential. This illustrates the Chinese Communist Party's approach to managing crisis, turning accidents into opaque affairs. The full truth behind this incident may remain elusive indefinitely, unless a future scenario unfolds where the Chinese Communist Party loses power, allowing the truth to emerge. Is that the extent of the Chinese Communist Party's handling of the Meilong Expressway collapse simply crude and straightforward? Let's delve into another peculiar news event. On April 11, 2024, a 21-year-old man from Hunan, a game streamer known as Fat Cat, reportedly faced relationship issues with his girlfriend Tan Zhu in Chongqing. Unable to resolve the situation, he tragically took his own life by jumping into the Yangtze River from the Changjiang Bridge. His body was recovered by local authorities 2 days later. On April 13th. Between April 27th and April 30th, Fat Cat's sister began sharing chat logs online revealing Tan Zhu's alleged demands for money from her brother for extravagant expenses. On May 2nd, these records were reposted by Fat Cat's sister, who claimed to seek justice for her brother. The information released on the morning of May 2nd swiftly spread to nearly 100 high-traffic media outlets nationwide by noon, igniting a nationwide debate. On the same day, Fat Cat's ex-girlfriend Tan Zhu addressed the situation, stating that the authorities had already intervened and facilitated a resolution. She claimed to have returned the 136,000 yuan based on their previous expenditure and transaction records. Both parties had allegedly signed a contract to cease further online or offline discussions on the matter. Tan Zhu questioned why Fat Cat's sister had chosen to discuss the issue online and whether there was an ulterior motive. However, her response was swiftly overshadowed by criticism from netizens. Consider the timelines of these two news events, which are publicly available and easily accessible for anyone to review. On May 3rd, Fat Cat's sister further shared evidence, including his cremation certificate confirming his cremation. Simultaneously, numerous individuals without any online coordination spontaneously ordered takeaway meals and sent flowers as a tribute to Fat Cat. They delivered these offerings to the site where Fat Cat tragically ended his life by jumping into the river. The deliveries numbered in the hundreds. In essence, after Fat Cat's story was widely shared online starting on May 2nd, people began spontaneously organizing tributes. Soon after, live streaming netizens at the scene noticed a surge in empty deliveries. Milk tea orders arrived as plain water or empty cups, and the fried chicken orders came in empty packaging. Consequently, numerous businesses including Cha Bai Dao, Hua Lai Shi, Dongfang Gong Cha, Zhu Xiaoxiao, Luo Sifen issued public apologies. Cha Bai Dao even pledged to donate 1 million yuan in Fat Cat's name. This incident gained momentum rapidly. The attention surrounding Fat Cat's story far eclipsed that of the major traffic accident on the Meilong Expressway, which resulted in nearly 50 deaths. The collapse on the Meilong Expressway was no longer the focus. All eyes were now on Fat Cat. From my perspective, this seems coordinated. Ordering takeaway and delivering empty packages appear organized. It's crucial to recognize that in China, true freedom of information is lacking. Behind the facade of social media traffic, there are individuals directing things. Without this direction, events wouldn't gain momentum. Astonishingly, a significant traffic accident in the People's Republic of China resulting in nearly 50 deaths has suddenly disappeared from public discourse, silenced and obscured, and the internal details remain unknown to all. As of today, there have been no official release of any photos or videos from the accident scene, nor have there been any image or footage of the rescue efforts. The disparity between the number of fatalities and injuries is alarming. What could have caused such a high death toll? Has anyone, whether officially or privately, disclosed any information? All evidence that could help unravel the truth behind this accident has been buried or erased. This leaves us with a situation where no one can provide a clear explanation. As of now, there hasn't been any public statement from the families of the victims, either online or offline. The delay of 1 day and 3.5 hours before authorities confirmed the total of 23 vehicles falling seems puzzling, as this should have been promptly verified. The Meilong Expressway is just 60 kilometers long, roughly 37 miles, and can be traversed in less than an hour. It's equipped with surveillance videos and digital records at all entrance and exits, making quick confirmation feasible. If the Chinese Communist Party genuinely intended to investigate this matter thoroughly, given their current monitoring capabilities, 1 hour would have sufficed. However, it took them 1 day and 3 hours. How many vehicles were involved? How many people died? What exactly happened? No one knows, because none of the families of the deceased or injured have spoken out. How much this undisclosed information is there? It remains unclear. However, whenever such incidents occur, figures like North Pole Catfish, Fat Cat, and others always seem to emerge at the right time, in the right place, with the right people. Fat Cat, who jumped into the river on April 11th and passed away on the same day, suddenly appeared in the public eye in early May. The Fat Cat incident had already been settled through mediation, with both parties signing an agreement and pledging to refrain from any further public promotion. How did it suddenly resurface and become a societal hot topic in early May? In China, tragic events like this occur daily. Reports of corruption among officials committing suicide, terrorist attacks, wage protests by migrant workers, and even incidents like the recent protest in Suizhou, Hubei province, where hundreds blocked traffic, leading to a large deployment of armed police to suppress the situation. Yet, none of these events become hot topics. However, the suicide of a young man due to failed love instantly becomes a news sensation, eliciting mourning from tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of people. Today, I refrain from expressing my personal opinions. Instead, I simply present these two news events together for your consideration. From the information provided, you are encouraged to draw your own conclusions. Thank you for watching. Please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.